Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm going to be bringing you what is, I guess, part 2 of this series. I wouldn't exactly call it a series just yet, but people seem to really like the first episode, which wasn't meant as an episode, but that doesn't matter. And I guess I'm going to be starting to do this on a regular basis alongside my drawing videos. This isn't the same or a replacement for the said drawing videos, but more of an addition, another addition to my channel, because I feel people are interested in seeing original creations and stuff like that, and of course they would be. It's understandable. So I'm gonna start doing this regularly, trying to combine various animals, fascinating creatures that live on this planet, and create my own monsters and concepts. And who knows? Maybe one day someone will spot them and give me a job at a gaming design company. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, that comes second, of course. So today I'm gonna be approaching 3 animals that are somewhat interesting. The first is an anglerfish. I'm sure you've all seen them at some point or another if you watch Discovery Channel or documentaries. It's that crazy looking fish with a lot of fangs and that natural light source it has on the top of its head. Rests on the seafloor, and it uses the light source to attract animals or its prey in the dark, and then strikes at them really fast and eats them and kills them. Not in that order, obviously, in the reverse order. But it's a pretty crazy looking animal, and it definitely looks monstrous enough to use in a drawing. And there's not many changes I brought to the head, really. All I did was change the eyes, because the eyes were just 2 beads, and I thought that was a bit too simple for what I was going for. I'm also going to be combining that with a bat, but not exactly the bat's anatomy. I changed the anatomy on the wings. I made them look just different. That's basically the best descriptive term I can find for that. Just cause I felt like it. Just cause bat wings are a thing that's used a lot, very often in a lot of concepts, and the regular shape just seemed a bit too dull for me, so I just went with a different shape. And the third animal is going to be a worm or a snake. It's the general concept of an elongated body with plates, armor plates, or thick skin, chitinous plates, stuff like that. So it's gonna be like a worm, an upstanding worm. Upstanding, can that be used with the literal sense of the word? A worm that stands up with wings. I was initially pondering adding 2 little hands to it, but then I just sort of skipped it because I had been done drawing the plates on its belly, so I decided what the fuck, never mind. It doesn't matter that much. I'm going to be doing that in some other video. So I'm going to try from now on to pick a creature from the sky, a creature from the sea, and one from land. Of course, eventually I'm going to be running out of creatures from the sky to draw, because quite frankly, I don't find them that fascinating. I mean, sure, there are birds and bats and they look different and such, but they're not as varied as land animals or sea creatures. If you've ever seen documentaries about deep sea creatures, there are some animals out there that make no freaking sense. They do in nature, obviously, and they all have their purpose, and they're all designed perfectly for that purpose. But by comparison to what is mainstream, what we're used to, certain creatures seem that they're just from another planet. I just saw some pictures of what they call a Dumbo jellyfish. We've all seen jellyfish. Yeah, they're shaped like a mushroom, and they swim around and sting the fuck out of you. But this one is a crazy looking fat. It looks like a barrel, and it has a couple of really elephant-like ears on it. So they named it the Dumbo jellyfish, and it looks really crazy, and it has these rather short tentacles. And it's also a deep sea creature, alongside with many others that look like they're from Mars and not from planet Earth. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to integrate as many of those into future drawings as possible. What else can I talk about? This character doesn't really have a particular story. It's just more of a concept that I just thought up right now on the spot, and it took about 2 hours to draw it and came out okay. I'm going to be trying to... Sorry about that. That was Media Encoder, finishing encoding. I'm going to be trying to bust out as many ZBrush videos as I can in the following days. I've been watching a lot of tutorials recently, and they released a new version of ZBrush that has a lot of new features that are really cool. I need to touch up on that and remember what it's like to work with it, because it's been years since I've touched that program. ZBrush, if you still don't know, is one of the best software used in 3D modeling, character design for games and movies and such, and it's an it's like a clay, literally a clay sculpting program with a lot of customization possible, a lot of really cool features. Painting as well, it has that. You can also draw in it. It's not strictly 3D modeling. One of the best things it has by far is the symmetry, which is not a new thing. It's been there since forever. So basically, any change you make on one side is automatically applied to the other side. So no more crooked, skewed drawings or creations. Everything is perfectly symmetrical until you decide you don't want it that way, and then you just turn off the option and pick your pose and change your limbs and change sizes and such. So it's a really, really neat program, and it's great fun to work in, even for like just regular old character creation and design. Of course, if you're an advanced user, they use it for like actual modeling, like retopology and all that stuff, and working alongside Maya and a lot of other software that are just a bit too complex for me to just up and learn on the spot. Takes years to master a program like that, but it's basically digital painting in 3D, and it's really fun. So I'm gonna pick up my tablet and attempt to create something for the following 2 days or 3 days, depends. But yeah, this was the monster for today. Can't really name it anything. Angler batworm. That sounds fine. We'll go with that. So please rate the video if you liked it, and let me know if you want to see any more, or there was just like a few people saying it and didn't really mean it or whatnot. But if you do want to see more, I am more than happy to keep going with the stuff alongside my main drawing videos, in which I put more effort and more detail work into. This is sort of like funsies sketch work. So yeah, I'll see you guys for my next videos, and please rate if you like, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.